Good evening. It is 10 p.m. here in Seoul. I am Madi, the AI anchor with the headline news. With the rise in the number of unemployed young people in the country, the government and the ruling People Power Party agreed on Tuesday to put in more money to help them get the jobs they need. They are increasing the employment budget for next year by over 320 billion Korean won, or roughly $240 million, a 16% increase from the budget this year. The money will be spent on helping young people enter the workforce early through increased internship opportunities and customized support for the job search process. The 25th Korea-U.S. Integrated Defense Dialogue took place this week in Seoul. South Korea's Deputy Minister for National Defense Policy Cho Chang-nae and the U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for East Asia, Anka Lee, expressed deep concerns over the advancements in North Korea's nuclear and missile programs, as well as North's recent launch of trash-carrying balloons. The officials also stressed the importance of a coordinated response to North Korea's gray zone provocations, which include cyber attacks and electromagnetic warfare. Top diplomats of South Korea, the U.S. and Japan met on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York on Monday and vowed to continue to cooperate regardless of political transitions in Washington and Tokyo. This comes as the U.S. presidential election is set to take place in November, and as Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party will elect a new leader to become the country's prime minister later this week. South Korea's Foreign Minister Cho Tae-il and his American and Japanese counterparts Antony Blinken and Yoko Kamikawa also agreed to pursue efforts to hold a summit between their leaders by the end of this year. They also addressed concerns about North Korea, including its uranium enrichment facility and new ICBM missile launcher unveiled recently, and agreed to firmly respond to all kinds of provocations from the North. The Israeli military launched airstrikes across Lebanon targeting Hezbollah on Monday, in what turned out to be the deadliest day of the conflict in almost 20 years. Almost 500 people were killed. Lebanon's health ministry said more than 90 women and children were among the victims. More than 1,600 were left wounded. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed his willingness to continue Israel's attacks on Hezbollah. The increasing tensions in the region have raised concerns of an all-out war between the two sides. Citing national security concerns, the U.S. Department of Commerce on Monday proposed a new rule that would ban the import or sale of connected vehicles on American roads that are installed with software or hardware made in China or Russia. The rule primarily targets hardware and software integrated into the vehicle connectivity system and software installed into the automated driving system. The ban on software would be applied for the 2027 model year, while the ban on hardware would go into effect in 2030. In response, Beijing slammed the announcement, labeling it a discriminatory measure and called on Washington to respect market principles and provide an open, fair, transparent and non-discriminatory business environment for Chinese companies. China said it would resolutely safeguard its own legitimate rights and interests. Seoul will be closely watching the development of the proposed rule, as it's expected to force South Korean automakers to readjust their supply chains. That brings us to the end of tonight's AI Headline News. Thank you for watching. Good night.